quick, the last one is dealing with motorcycles and their biases in the insurance world. And frankly, um, this is kind of a heavy topic I have to talk about, and I always have to say it is most of the time when I'm visiting with a situation that, and notice I didn't say you, a situation with a motorcycle wreck, I'm usually not talking to the person that is riding the motorcycle. I'm talking to their spouse or a family member or something of that nature, because I'm usually at the emergency room in the lobby and we're having very tough conversations. And I will tell you that because of that, because of the high risk of harm that can happen on the open road, that the insurance companies will do everything in their power to try to say, oh, one, it was the motorcycle, the design, can you believe that? The design of the motorcycle and the way it was made is dangerous in and of itself. Bullshit, okay? Number two is, well, they were speeding. Okay, what? Right? Because to the naked of eye, right, when you see someone riding a motorcycle and you're standing on the side of the road, it can be loud, right? So it has the appearance of moving at a different pace, when in fact it's not. Okay, so that's another thing. And unless they've got a radar and they've got data download from the motorcycle, and just so happens to be a motorcycle that actually has that data on it, chances are there's actually no evidence of speeding at all. Okay, and the third is, well, they had an injury they wrecked in the past. They dig up dirt and try to say that, you know, all these injuries that you sustained because you happened to survive were from another wreck from before, and you're reckless. And it's just bullshit, okay? And it's just stuff to cause confusion and all these types of things. And there's one simple solution to it, you guys. If you're involved in a motorcycle wreck and you're fortunate enough to, you know, make it out of it with, you know, heaven forbid, maybe a broken bone or two and some things, and you survived, okay, make sure to call someone such as us, day one, day two, because the insurance companies are out there to screw you over, and that's just the bottom line. So that's my pitch. I really appreciate it. I want to give that information because they're out to there to just bias, and they're predatory. And they have marketing schemes and all kinds of data that they send out there, including lizards that sell motorcycle insurance to make it seem nicer and that they're friendly to motorcyclists, right? But it is what it is. Thanks for listening. Make sure to check us out at some of our events coming up. You know, we're all over different dealerships. We're going to be a lot with you guys in April, and we're looking forward to that. And then tonight, if you get a chance and you just so happen to be in Central Texas, and this is something previewing forward, I'm going to be shooting some videos soon of Robert Howe's goalie masks that he does. And tonight I'm going to be at one of the hockey games, and I'm going to take some pictures and hopefully post some of his artwork. So a little plug for Robert there. And I appreciate y'all's time, and it's a little different for me appearing via Zoom this way.
Right.
Appreciate the flexibility. And I'll learn and grow as we do this more. But next time, I hope to be there in person next week. Thank you for listening.
Fantastic, Glenn. Thank you so much for your all these, because you're helping out millions of bikers across Texas that have been involved in an accident. Call Glenn Lawson, call Biker Wolfpack, 737 Wolfpack, and a free consultation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you've been injured in a bike accident. Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks a lot, y'all.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you.
Take care.
Talk to
Enjoy.
you soon. Bye-bye.
Woo. All right, man. That was Glenn Lawson with Glenn Lawson Law Injury Attorneys. Man, we, like I said, we're running the tight show today. We got a great show. When he was talking about that golf outing for the Thin Blue Line, stay tuned, because we're going to be bringing in Hobo with the Thin Blue Line. He's going to talk about a little bit of that, along with a lot more that's going on with the Thin Blue Line, LEMC, and the foundation, and what they do for our communities. But right now, another person that we love all the way from Colorado. Let's bring on Lori Montoya. Hey, you know, we are going from lawyer to prevention. If you're in an accident, but Lori Montoya with Biker Down is here to show you how to prevent accidents. Welcome, Lori.
Well, hello there, guys. How are you doing? I want to make a rule that I don't ever follow Glenn again because he can literally take half of my presentation or my segment away from me. But no, there were so many things. I was making a few notes while I was watching, and I think it's good when we're doing these segments to listen to Glenn or what you all are talking about. And, you know, it is true that motorcycle riders are profiled so many times when they're in an accident. And I think I've talked about it for years that, you know, witnesses will say, well, that bike was going fast. Well, how do you know? Well, it was loud. And so a couple of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about today is what actually to do after the crash has happened. And obviously, number one is call 911. If you are in an accident, the best thing that you can do is to call 911 and have them do a crash report, especially if you feel that that biker or that driver is in error, because leaving the scene and not getting that driver's statement to the police right away, by the time they get home and kiss their loved ones and now realize that they have to call their insurance company, their story is going to change. And that's just a fact. You know, we can all love to believe that people are good and people are decent, but it's when they get home and they're like, oh my God, you hit that biker. Oh my God, are you sure you hit him? And then all of a sudden they start to backtrack. And then it's, oh, I didn't see him, or that biker was speeding and things like that. So all of a sudden that can make your case more difficult. And it's something that my husband has done. You know, he's gotten in an accident and brought his bike up and then was able to scoot it, you know, a few blocks home, and then realized how seriously injured he was. So number one is to definitely call 911 if you're injured to the point that you know, hopefully a witness or somebody that saw the accident will come to the scene, ask them to call 911. And obviously, if the police come and ask you if you need treatment, then you're going to be taken to a hospital in an emergency room. And that is just really vitally important. Don't move your bike out of the road until law enforcement is on the scene. However, if they need to move you, that's what we cover in a lot of those accident scene management classes, is how to get that rider safely off the road. I know that if you can move your bike, I would suggest that you not move the bike or from the car or anything like that until law enforcement can arrive. Many times, like Glenn said, they're going to, you know, maybe they don't want to come out because there's no bodily injury, insist that they come out. And then the other one is take pictures of the scene. And if your phone is junk, you can ask someone that's around, could you please take pictures and things like that. My reason is that you don't want to rely on just the police. You want to get a good 360 of the scene around you. And as an example, if you go down in front of a gas station, a 7-Eleven, and a bank, the odds are that they have video cameras. And you may not have a dash cam, the driver may not have a dash cam, but odds are in modern technology days that there is some sort of dash cam or security camera or something like that that would be able to possibly get your accident on videotape. So if that driver ran a red light or made that left turn and they had already had, you know, a yellow or a red and really shouldn't have been going through, hopefully that video will show that. The other thing is to seek medical attention right away. Obviously, if you're severely injured, an ambulance is going to come take you to the hospital. But even if you can stand up, but you're sore and you're in pain and things like that, and you just want to go home, go to your primary care doctor. Be careful of urgent cares because those can sometimes cost more than going to an emergency room. If you do go to an urgent care and you're a walk-in, make sure that you ask them if they take your insurance so that you don't get just an exorbitantly high bill that you can't afford, but really seeking medical attention. You can have sprained, bruised ribs and not need to go necessarily to an emergency room, but your primary care doctor can recommend you get video, go and get x-rays or something like that. Really just vitally important that you seek medical attention because you may not think you're injured, but you may be injured. You may have a contusion. You may have traumatic brain. When I say injury, meaning, your short-term memory all of a sudden is gone. You're not really sure how the accident happened. The other biggest thing that you really need to do, and Glenn touched on it, and I'm giving you the biker down perspective because I speak to 3 to 4 injured motorcycle riders every single day, is when he says get someone that's specialized in the field of personal injury, yes, but you need to get somebody that specializes in motorcycle accidents, someone that truly understands. And I know that Glenn is a true motorcycle attorney because he's part of NAML, he's vetted. I have suggested some people in Texas see him, and he's always done right by them. So there's my number one referral and plug for Glenn Larson Law, is that they are responsive and they are attentive and they know what they're doing. And having a true motorcycle attorney does not mean that you see him on a billboard, somebody that's pasted in front of a bike. Glenn is very correct when he said, pick someone that's practicing in the state. You will find that many of the law firms that are advertising on billboard to billboard are out of Florida, or they're out of another state, and their laws in the state are so bad that they are now having to venture out. And I've seen M&M, and I don't want to say their name because I don't want to get sued, but you will see a law firm that is plastered all over Florida, all of a sudden on billboards in Las Vegas, in Illinois, and things like that. You're not going to get the TLC that your family's going to need by hiring a law firm that is bigger than that and that is out of Florida. You are going to become a number. You're going to become this, they need to churn cases to pay for their advertising. So Glenn is very, very correct when he says, pick someone in the state, pick someone that has local reviews. Many of your friends will have already used the Wolfpack or Glenn Larson, and they know that he is your go-to. And that just is huge, is that gives you already the comfort level when you're calling them. But more importantly, don't call them later, call them sooner. Because some of the biggest mistakes that one can make in a motorcycle accident is thinking that they can handle it themselves. And when Glenn tells you that the other side's insurance company is not your friend, to be quite honest, your insurance company is also not your friend, because the core goal of both sides is to pay the least amount as possible. So the sooner you get with Glenn or get with your local true motorcycle attorney, the better. Let them do the investigative work, because as I said, there's going to be video cameras that need to be secured. There's a timeline before they can tape over them. And so getting to someone like Glenn within 2 to 3 days after your accident, the odds are that those videotapes or security cameras have not been taped over, and Glenn can reach out to them. Please don't rely on, well, the police are doing that. I'm nothing, to be disparaging against law enforcement. They're busy. They may have already profiled that you are at fault or that you were at speeding. So maybe they won't take those extra steps and they will believe the driver that the driver didn't run a red light or a yellow light and things like that. So those things are super, super important. And I've only got a few minutes late, and I don't want you guys to go long, but I am going to do something fun. And I asked John if he could post my Biker Down sticker that I sent him. We're going to do a contest, and we're going to ask every one of your viewers to follow our social media. And this is the sticker that it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. But if we can post that on the chat group, I'd like everyone to scan it and pick your social media. Biker Down is on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We have a Biker Down. We have a Biker Down pages by state. We have a great bikerdown.org group. My point is that I'm going to give away a trauma kit at the end of the month, a Biker Down trauma kit, and you know that that's worth $50. That's what we sell them for. I'm going to include in it one of our United We Ride t-shirts that say, "Can you see me now?" And I'm going to send you a plethora of motorcycle awareness stickers for you to plaster all over the place. Motorcycle awareness is so key, and we're starting to get into the season where we're going to start putting on a lot of miles. And I just want you all to have at a fingertip touch Biker Down, because while it is important that you get a hold of an attorney right away, it's also important that you contact Biker Down if you know of anybody that's gone down or has sadly been killed on the bike. We have a plethora of services, empathy, experience. You may not think you need a lawyer, but after I talk to you, I'm going to make you realize that you need to run sooner than later to a true motorcycle attorney. We can do your fundraising. I always tell people, don't go to GoFundMe. They are going to charge you high credit card fees. Biker Down can do the same thing with our BD Fund Me platform. If you need medical equipment and it's not being given to you when you leave the hospital, say you need a wheelchair. I had someone the other day that needs to be showered in a wheelchair. And, we thought it was going to be $1,000. I happened to find one on Craigslist that was $269. So I'm just saying, please go to the site, look at that sticker, find your social media, and I'm going to give away probably $75 to $100 worth of Biker Down swag to keep you safe on the road. And I'd love to follow you. Tell me your stories, and, just be safe out there, because it can be, it's our church and our joy, but it can also have its downsides, which is what happens after an accident.
Lori, thank you so much. I got that photo a little late. I couldn't post it, but I will make sure it's posted on our webpage and on a Facebook page.
All right. No worries. You guys ride safe. And if you just remember, if you go down, Biker Down steps up.
And don't forget, Biker Down is here in Texas. Biker Down Texas. Follow Biker Down in Texas here on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Because she is all over the country, making it safe for bikers everywhere. Thanks again, Lori.
Oh, God bless. Thank you so much for having me.
Same here. Take care. Man, Lori Montoya with Biker Down. See, this is all about being safe and getting through a ride, man.
Mm-hmm. Before and after.
Before and after. We're going to play a quick commercial break, and then we're going to go into the trivia for Hops and Props. So stay tuned, because right after this, you're going to be answering a question for some free tickets. Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, man. We are about to give away two 2 free tickets to the Hops and Props on April 26th. If you can answer this question that Pitbull is going to put in the feed in a minute, first person to answer the question wins those 2 tickets to the Hops and Props at a value of almost $100.
Almost,
right?
yeah.
And it's going to be for entry and
Parking and beer tasting.
Yeah, and beer tasting. So
I'm posting it now and I will read it. Here we go, y'all. So question is, which beer developed in the early 20th century gained popularity among pilots during the golden age of aviation and is historically noted being included in a flight ration? I lost my thing. Leading to the slogan, the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
Ooh.
And all that other
Ooh.
stuff kind of like was jumbled.
Yeah.
The last thing should be the clue there.
So the first person to answer the question in our feed, the first feed that comes up with the proper answer wins 2
The
tickets.
proper answer. Look at you.
Proper answer.
Yes,
So come on. Let's see who's going to win those 2 tickets to Hops and Props. Let's see, Tammy. Oh, hey, Hobo.
Everybody's
She's
like,
right.
hey, Hobo.
Hey, Hobo, sending support and hugs.
Answer the question. Don't say
Answer
hi
the
to
question.
Hobo.
So,
Well, we're going to introduce Hobo as people are looking at that question. Which beer developed in the early 20th century gained popularity among pilots during the golden age of aviation and is historically noted for being included in flight rations for airmen, leading to the slogan, the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
mhm.
First-
That's what you need. The beer that made Milwaukee famous. Think
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, there you
Think
go.
of that.
First person to answer that question is going to be winning 2 tickets to Hops and Props. Want to welcome Hobo from the Thin Blue Line LEMC. Welcome, brother.
Thank you all. Thank you. Long time no see.
Right.
Last time
yeah.
I saw you had a mouthful of fajitas and brisket.
Yeah, that was a wonderful event that you guys held out in Conroe. A lot of great food, a lot of good auction items. You guys raised a ton of money for our fallen officers and our injured officers. So I want to thank you for the invite out there this past couple of months ago.
Schlitz is not it.
Schlitz is not it. Sorry, Brent.
Come
Try
on.
again.
Come on, Big Wheel. Just because you're sitting in the hospital ain't got nothing
'Cause
to
he's
do. You
drinking
can
a
do better than
Schlitz.
that. So. I understand you're going down to Houston for the big event, Prison Break Tattoo.
Yeah, we will be down there. We're honored to be invited down to Prison Break and interview DJ and his dad and Anne Marie. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I was talking to our nation's president before I came up here, and I can, let the cat out of the bag. But prior to that, at 10 a.m., Thin Blue Line, we're going to pick DJ up down his house in South Houston and escort him to the Houston Police Officers Credit Union. And we're actually going to patch him in through the Thin Blue Line.
Nice.
And
nice.
after that, everybody's going over to Prison Break Tattoo. You're going to do your interview and understand you might be getting a tattoo.
Yeah, I'll get some ink. I'm going to get some ink.
Always get some.
You
ink.
know,
Always get some ink.
Back in the day when it was the previous owners, now it's owned by 2 members of Thin Blue Line. Tattoos, it costs you an arm and 6 legs to get one.
Yeah.
Not anymore. They're reasonable prices. Ask them for the Hobo discount. Maybe you'll get it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
He
Well,
keeps.
they're going to charge us extra if we get the whole
Yeah.
discount.
They keep trying to get me to come down there and get a tattoo, but I've got 2 on my arm back in the 90s, and to me, I'd rather spend $25 on a Big Mac or something like that.
You ain't getting a tattoo
And
for
a
$25
tattoo.
anymore either.
No,
Minimum
no.
$50.
This was $35 my name because I didn't know what my name was.
This is where you don't forget your name. Hey, welcome, Cuffs, another Thin Blue Line
Hey, Cuffs.
representative out in Dallas. Welcome, Deborah Johnson.
With
Poodles
the wrong
with
answer.
Paps. Close, but no cigar, man. Schlitz is not the answer either. So keep those questions, those answers coming in. The one thing about those tattoos at Prison Break, they're done by first responders and veterans.
They're done by them?
Huh?
By them?
Yeah, most of his staff is first responders and veterans. They're artists.
Correct.
And if you go on to the Prison Break
that's pretty
Tattoo
cool.
website, you got to see the artwork that these guys and girls do in this shop. It is beautiful. I mean, really top-notch work these guys do.
I'm totally down for some ink. It's therapy for me.
Oh,
Besides
yeah.
getting on the bike. That's the next therapy. for me.
Bluefin, you hear that? She's totally down. So, they need the Hobo discount.
Miller High. Oh, sorry.
The hobo
Oh,
discount.
hold on one second. That we got a winner.
Oh, well,
Mil-
mom's in Florida.
Oh, you're in Florida, so you know what? You can gift those tickets unless you're going to come down.
Well, let's see if nobody might notice. Nobody's the next one that says the right one.
Nope. Miller Highlight was the answer. Miller Highlight for the Hops and Props. Deborah won Poodles over in Florida, won the 2 tickets. Deborah, if you're going to be here in Fort Worth, you have your 2 tickets, or talk to Pitbull and you can gift those 2 tickets to somebody who may need them. So congratulations to Deborah Johnson out in Florida for winning the trivia question for Hops and Props.
Ma.
I
I was going to say none of
Donate again.
none of the Thin Blue Line members should have answered that because
I
we
got
can't,
another
we
question
can't,
we
we
can
can't
put
be
up.
there. That's our Ride for the Fallen in Austin, and that's dear to our heart. That's one of our mandatory events that we have to go to. This year, we actually have a member's name is going to be read. So to us, it's going to be an emotional day, but it's going to be a good day also. 300 of us down there just, paying respect to the fallen.
The Thin Blue Line, when we say paths cross for a reason, we met, and I look at your club, and when I went down to Conroe, I see chapters from all over responding to the call, and are really dedicated and passionate about what the Thin Blue Line really means.
Mm-hmm.
Passion is an understatement. Since I've got a My Brother's Keeper patch on my back, and to me that means the most because actually it'll be 1 year. This year, I actually saved a gentleman's life, myself and a couple other members at a restaurant. We were out eating, and he was having a heart attack. We jumped in and gave CPR, and the actual dispatcher at the time was a member or one of our chapters and got us word back. We actually saved his life. So
Wow.
to me, this year, it's going to be special to me. It's just going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
Like Glenn Lawson said about the golf outing that's coming up in September 29th.
I already
He's
have our outfits planned.
He's going to be a title sponsor. And I know Cuffs, Melanie is going to be running that here in Dallas.
I mean, when can
in
you steal
Fort Worth.
a golf cart right in front of the Popos?
Oh,
Yeah.
very. Yeah,
Just kidding.
yes.
Or drink margaritas.
she-
Or drink margaritas in a golf cart.
No.
That's
with
right.
the
She
Popo.
jacked the golf cart. And that's what made the day so much
It
fun.
was so much fun. We showed up, and then I showed up. You guys were already there. I showed up late because I got to take care of the kids stuff, and I showed up, and Cuffs was there, and I was like, "Where are the guys?" She's like, "I don't know, they're around, but there's some golf carts." And
Jumped on a golf cart.
She jacked the golf cart.
It's unfortunate they put those, dates on school days. And for me to get out of school, I got to stay and protect the kids. It's just like the Bikes of Excellence program we started, with Spokes for Hopes. And I've already got from other principals of the school district that wants to do it at their school next year. So it upped the bar. But,
yeah,
I wanted to segue in also Glenn Larson. Back in January of 2020, I was on 1488 riding in Houston. Me and my little buddy Spitshine, we just had split off. He was going home and I was going home. And I actually got hit in the rear end on Bluebell, my Harley that I called it. It was bent the frame. I got hurt a little bit, but not too bad because, I was a big old boy. So, it don't hurt too much. I wish I had known him back in the day because I reached out to one of the billboards, so to speak.
Billboard, yeah.
Billboard, not, knowing, and they said they couldn't help me. But, to me, it was all about the principle. I didn't want anything out of it. I just wanted my bike fixed.
Right.
Yeah, I got hurt. Frame got bent. I rode the bike home. Didn't lay the bike down. When I got hit, I kept the bike up. And I've got the pictures on my phone. Every time now I get out on my motorcycle, especially now I call it Big Nasty, my black one, that I look at those pictures because I don't want that to happen to me again or anybody. We just had a Fort Bend County Sheriff's officer Friday night got killed in Houston because he got rear-ended on Highway 59
On a bike?
on a bike.
Oh,
On a bike. Rocky Ochoa, our vice president, worked with this gentleman. It's it's a hard hit, especially anybody getting hit, but one of us also getting hit.
We
Mhm.
as bikers, when we're out on the road, we're always looking at the threat in front of us. The
the
left
biggest
hand
threat, I
turns
think, is behind
is
you.
behind us because people are texting on their phones, they're not paying attention.
Mhm.
And when you start, the most dangerous part is when you slow down in traffic and that person behind you does not see your bike, he's going to rear end you,
Mhm.
and he's going to either crush you between two cars, he's going to knock you off your bike. So make sure you leave yourself an out when, and keep an eye on your rearview mirror when you're slowing
Mhm.
down in traffic.
All I heard was the squealing of the tires and the actual impact. It's about all I heard. But it's okay. You know, I'm still here to live and talk about it. You know,
Thank God. Thank
the
God.
first call I should have made was my beautiful wife, Susie Q, but I knew she'd be upset. So I called my former president, Bull, you know, with the Lone Star chapter. And they were out there within 15 minutes. You know, it went out, you know, one of the members was got hit, and DPS was there. Montgomery County was there. And the guy that hit me actually took off.
Huh.
Some country road boys on 1488 and 4-wheel drive pickup truck saw what was going on and actually ran him down, ran him off the road and got him and his wife. So it was a pretty good deal. Then his wife went to jail probably 2 hours later because she actually drove the car off the road, and she was drunker than Cooter Brown also. So it was 2 for 1. So it was a pretty good deal.
Cooter Brown. Drunken and Cooter Brown.
Yeah, I remember about 5 or 6 Wednesdays ago on the show. I think you might have been drunker than Cooter Brown on those margaritas,
never
right?
drunk on the show.
She doesn't drink on
no,
the
she
show.
wasn't
It's only
drunk.
for show.
Just for show.
It's
For show.
not real.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
you know,
mocktail.
it's a mocktail. So the Thin Blue Line, man. What else you guys got coming up, man?
We got so much stuff coming up.
I'm sorry. Let me reverse that for a second. You brought up the Bikes for Excellence within the schools.
Correct.
You know, you are an SRO with one of the elementary schools here in
Correct.
Texas, and Spokes for Hope donated some bikes for your Bikes for Excellence. Tell us about that program real quick, because this is what it means to bring what it was, a type class 3 school.
Whatever the class of the schools. I know it was the lowest school it was.
But you raised the grade point average in
Correct.
those children.
And it's still going up. And the great thing about this program, when I first started as a probate back in the day in 2017 with the Lone Star chapter, is that's the first event I went to, Bikes for Excellence, where they gave away 50 bikes for these kids. So, you know, as it goes on, they still give away bikes. But, you know, we moved out to a place out there called San Angelo where nothing's going on. Now we're back here in Dallas. And it just kind of popped in my mind. I see the kids going around, and I see wintertime where they don't have jackets. My wife's hospital donated pens and pencils because they have vending machines in the school where you have to buy pencils.
And some of these children, some of these parents can't afford that stuff.
And they can't afford it. I mean, her
Pay
hospital,
attention as it is on
yeah.
everything
Yeah.
else.
the foundation and the nation, we
They
donated
know that.
some clothes, you know, a bunch of clothes, because the principal reached out and said, hey, can your organization help? So heck yeah, if they can't help, I'm going to make it a way where we can help. So these bikes now, I tell you, the kids' face, we actually, we put them on the stage. In May, they're giving it away. I'm going to put an event out so maybe yourself can come. Spokes for Hope can come. I know some members out of Houston said they were coming up. It's just going to be a great thing. And I'm just going to keep doubling. It's in my mind now. I'm going to double those bikes and do it every year.
But you know what got me is when you talked about the principal of the school, how engaged she was
Oh, yes.
with the children, and that's what makes a big difference between a good school and a bad school. If you have teachers out there, if you have a principal staff, if you have a school staff that just is there for the STAR program and to make sure that they get their next budget passed and not taking an interest in the kids, that's where you're going to fail the kids. Your school that you're in, your principal takes a huge interest in the kids, and it shows as these kids' grades improve, their morale improves, everything else improves down the line. So you're setting these kids up for success. Other schools are setting up their kids for failures.
Right. And in
Numbers.
Houston, they called it, and I'm calling it up here too, basically bridging the gap from law enforcement to kids. Because, you know, the kids, they're our future. They're our next police, next doctors, next, you know, everything. And they've got to look up to us. We got, you know, treat them with dignity and respect and just kind of go from
Until they
there.
cross the line.
Well, you know, even if they cross, you know, every kid,
Well, you know, hey,
including
listen,
yourself, you probably
tell
still
you something.
crossed the
Oh,
line as an
honey,
adult.
if I had my dad on the phone, my mom, yeah, we're not talking about how many times I crossed the
Well, I'm
line.
going to tell you right now, we got 2 kids in the studio right now who are definitely
Young
a sign of
adults.
success because they are so well behaved
Right.
sitting in the studio, and it's got to be boring as hell for them.
You know
But
it
you know
is.
what? They are so well
I
behaved.
see
So,
a smile
but I think
crack
they're
every once in a
yeah, but I
while.
think
We're
their
not
dad,
bad.
who's sitting next to me,
Boring.
is gonna love on them a lot, man. He seems like a good person, so he's keeping these kids in check.
And
But
we just
the thing
want
is,
to.
he is probably worried
Yeah,
about
he's
a beating.
pretty big old boy. I kind of feel bad sitting here beside him almost because I'm 2 tons of fun and he's, you know, Mr. Muscular over there. But it's all good. Everybody knows the hobo's always got good hair and 2 tons of fun. No, but no, we're going to keep this program going. You know, I don't really care what it takes to keep it going. You know, we're going to get sponsors. We're just going to keep it going. And next year, instead of the school, you know, of course, I'm going to stick with the school district I'm working for because, you know, I might be you know, stuck to them, but we're going to branch it out. I'm going to reach out to our Dallas chapter to start it, maybe get a Dallas school, our DFW chapter to get a school up by them. I've already started more momentum in Houston to get it going because, you know, Dallas can't, you know, let Houston down. You know, Houston, where everybody is at. I want to be Thin Blue Line in Houston up here in Dallas. That's what I'm working on also. You saw how it was.
Yeah, it takes time to grow.
Takes time to grow. You know, we've had some growing pains. We've had some haters out there and some hacks, but that's okay. You know, we're still going strong, you know, doing what we do. We've got a mission to give away a bunch of money again, help all the fallen officers, help the kids, just help the, you know, community in general. You know, we're going to be at Texan Harley Davidson this weekend with their event.
You going to the Rodney,
right?
The Rodney ride.
We've got a vendor spot set up at your
yes, you do.
In May, but
Pinups and pistons.
Pinups and pistons. Matter of fact, I talked to my sister-in-law about becoming a pinup.
We'll get her.
I don't know about how much of that, but you know, I did talk to her about it.
Oh, so you can do it for the one day for the contest.
Yeah, just dress up, man. You know, this is not only, you don't have to be a Battling Betty to be part of the Pinups and Pistons. It could be anybody. If you just want to dress up and come out and have a fun time and being judged by some celebrity judges, who knows? You know, just you know, ladies love to dress up and just, you know,
and
get yourself all. Yeah,
we got theme. You know, it's easy to, you know, dress for a theme. It's 1950s classic pinup, red, white, and retro.
You're right.
I might even dress up.
Well, you get up in your poodle skirt. No.
Yeah.
See, no. Listen, this is a 2-gender event, right? The males are on the bikes, the women are in the poodle skirts.
Well, just like, you know, when you were the fajita cook-off, when I had to do the auctioneer, which I love doing that stuff. It's my second time doing the auctioneer. No, I don't do it like that. You know, we started out with a bid for $50 to make sure Hobo keeps his clothes on, and we got a bunch of money just on that.
Yeah. I know Elon Musk was sending money in from Washington saying, man, he'd keep his clothes on.
Yeah. Well, I hope he sends some money down to our New Bronzeville. You know, we have a New Bronzeville chapter. I'm going to segue into this. They're having a casino night. Now, you know, I got to stay away from the casinos myself because I don't know how to say, you know, stop. But that's taking place.
When you run out of money.
Taking place May the 31st. And I know I'm missing something. I'll give you all the flyers to post them because we've got a scholarship run May 17th in the Austin area by our Austin chapter. And, you know, I can't forget our TAFR, which is coming up April 12th down in Hempstead, Waller, Texas. It's Texas Association of First Responders. Thin Blue Line is in deep with them, where we have a nice booth set up down there. Good food. Rowdy, which is our ambassador of the cook teams, he's going to be, you know, cooking, and we're just going to have a good old time.
You know, once again, man, it's where the rubber meets the road. We can make a difference together.
Correct.
And that's what the show's all about. And you guys really show that in force because even though you have 2 mandatory rides per year,
three mandatory
rides, you got chapters from all over coming out and showing support for each other. When we were down in Conroe, there were chapters there from as far as El Paso, and came down and had a great time. You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, you ride, you know, ride for fun, but ride for a cause. Ride for a cause. And if you're in a Jeep, ride for a cause. You're in a classic car, ride for a cause, man. Show off your stuff for a cause, man. It makes it so much more fun when you can donate some money or you donate something.
Everybody's there for the same reason, too.
Right.
Same mission. And we're,
you know, having fun. They're all there for the same cause.
You're actually going to go to Houston for the prison bake and the DJ thing. I wish I could go to that. But, you know, I've already committed to another elite club up in Oklahoma that we're a bunch of us from the Dallas area, a couple guys from Houston is going up to that. And I don't know if I can go to Oklahoma, do a turn and burn on a Saturday and be in Houston 10 o'clock Sunday morning. But I've already talked to my president, and, you know, he's such a great man. He says, I understand, Hobo, you're on a mission. Just keep your mission up. Even though I would rather be down there, but not really, watching you cry getting a tattoo. But it's okay. It's okay.
I'll videotape it.
Are you going with him also?
I'm planning on it.
Oh,
that
great.
Is the plan.
So, Bluefin, if you're on here listening, you have to give these folks an excellent deal on a tattoo. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I want to
'cause
get
if
I want
not,
to get regrets right across regrets right across my chest.
I've always wanted to get, across my chest, kiss a fat bear in the ass, but they won't let me do it.
That
My
should be on
wife,
your
so
back.
yeah,
That should be your tramp
my
stamp.
tramp stamp, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Flex right here is going to get a T on one cheek, an M on the other one. This way, when he bends over, it says Tom.
Oh.
Ooh. And one other thing before you kick me off, because I know people out there are going to say, Hobo, you talk too much.
No, Hobo, you're more than welcome to stay on. We're going to be bringing because you may, actually you should stay on
Why?
because
we said so.
Ain't no
Because-
cheeseburgers up here to eat though around Mr. Flex over here.
Well,
Fat
Flex-
man got to eat every 2 hours.
I don't
Come
care.
on.
He's just
You
gonna
know what?
make me work out
hey,
harder.
Ange, can we widen that camera angle a little bit and bring Flex in right now?
No, don't
I
do
don't
that.
think you
That's
can
going to
go wide
embarrass
enough.
me.
I
No,
don't know if we can
it's
get
not a
arms in
wide
there.
angle. But
Yes.
What? Yeah, we'll do the Glenn Lawson
Yes,
ad,
'cause I
and then
need
we're
a
going to come
potty
back
break.
with Flex.
and
then
Glenn
we're
Larson, if you're listening, brother, I'm gonna have to get you to Houston, one of our nation meetings, and meet everybody because you are in need down in that area.
Ooh,
Yeah.
He likes that.
All right. So
Likes that.
little commercial break with Glenn Lawson. We're going to be bringing in Flex, and he's going to get Hobo skinny.
No.
Here we go after this.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story and your voice.
We're solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner, not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Hey, welcome back to the 99 with the packed show, man. We got Hobo with the Thin Blue Line, and we got Flex here, who's going to be talking about a little biker fitness, making you prepared for those long rides, for those hookah hay runs that you
Hookah hay runs.
hookah hay runs, those 1,000-mile hookah hay runs that you plan on doing this summer. And you don't want to get off the bike and start hurting and aching, and your knees are stretching out. You want to be able to do 100 miles, get off the bike, and really enjoy yourself. One big congratulations to Deborah Poodles out in Florida who won the Hops for Props.
But we were going to be giving those away again because that's my mom and that's not fair. So
Yeah.
we're going to be giving those away again.
Well, she said she's going to donate them to somebody, and hopefully Hops and Props donates 2 more tickets, and we can give them away next week as well. So before we left, you wanted to bring up another aspect.
There was the fajita cook-off and all down in Conroe. So I was thinking on the way over here, and I actually been thinking
What
this
about
last.
fajitas?
No, not fajitas. But they were pretty good. Even though Prophet up here in the Dallas area, he took grand prize on ribs, so that's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do, probably maybe November or December. I'm gonna need some help, of course, from maybe a couple people to my right, but I wouldn't mind. And Cuffs has got her little. Not little, I wouldn't say. The golf tournament. I think I'm gonna do a chili cook-off up here.
Ooh,
He was just,
I was just
talking
in it.
about that.
I was just in a chili cook-off. I took third.
Really?
This
He
New York, I
wants to
took
do
third in a chili
third place?
cook-off.
He wants
Well-
to do a chili team.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Wendy's and buy a bunch of chili because their chili's pretty
It
good.
is
Maybe
pretty good.
maybe win
Not
first
gonna lie.
place. But that's what I want
No,
to
I
do.
got
I'm
some
gonna.
good chili.
Whoa.
I got some good chili.
Chili. now,
We're not going to
Please-
debate on the bean and no
please
bean.
tell me
No,
what the bean
or
debate.
crackers or anything
This
that we're
bitch
not.
is
Gonna,
poor, and I can't put that much hamburger meat in my chili. So there's going to be beans in my chili. Because that's
Well,
a lot of meat.
All right,
but it's
well,
good.
there's that controversy: beans and no beans. And the chili cook-off that I was in, first place had beans in it. Really good, I mean, amazing. But first place had beans in it. I took third place. But yeah, we'll do a chili cook-off.
yeah,
man.
maybe we can get a location to let us set up.
Yeah,
Glenn Larson, maybe he can sponsor a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
sure the
find a
foundation is sponsored.
location.
yeah.
I
Pipple's
think
good
that's
at
something
that.
we ought to
Some
do.
good
It's something
scavenging
that
places
I want to do. Because it's all about raising money and giving it back. It
Yeah.
ain't raising money, keeping it in your bank account. Oh, I got $10,000 in the bank. No, give it all out. Don't hoard your money. Give the money out.
Speaking about giving out the money for our May 3rd event
Mhm.
at Indian Motorcycle for Pinups and Pistons, the money raised from there is going to go to Hunting with Soldiers to help out our combat veterans who are battling post-traumatic stress or some sort of mental injury. Gordon Melton, who is the founder of Hunting with Soldiers, takes our combat veterans on hunting excursions, fishing excursions, and so forth, and helps them heal their wounded scars, man. So the money raised there will go to Hunting with Soldiers to benefit our veterans.
And we've already got, I just noticed on here, Cuff said she won first place at Chili Eater
Mhm.
Cook-Off. So whether she
That's
knows it or
on.
not, the Dallas chapter is going to be the first people to sign up
Hell
to be in
yeah.
the Chili
It's on.
Cook-Off.
Oh yeah, it's
It's
on.
on. It's
Chili
on.
cook-off is on.
Y'all
So-
just keep an eye out. Watch for Facebook, everybody's Facebook. We're going to do a Chili Cook-Off.
We're gonna
Yeah,
do
it sounds
Pitbull
good.
chili and a
Pitbull
Yeah, and a
chili
side show.
and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Wendy's
yeah.
chili because I'm going to make sure my team goes to Wendy's and get some chili.
No.
All right. Well, before we eat all this chili,
Yes.
before we get
Get your
fat
gas
for our
eggs.
winter months, we want to make sure that we are prepared, healthy. We want our bodies healthy.
You want to
So-
be able to metabolize
You wanna-
the chili.
Right. So I want to welcome Flex with our biker fitness segment. What's up, brother?
Well, thanks for having me on. After that, I don't know if I can save y'all.
I know we're being really unhealthy over here. We're talking about
Yes, we
chili and
are.
having
Wow.
beer.
How
mean,
bad
yeah,
is
big
chili
back.
for you?
It depends on who's making it. I think.
Right, you can
Right.
make a healthy chili.
I can understand putting filler, just don't put potatoes in it.
Oh
That would be okay.
no, I
Well,
draw
don't
the
know.
line of potatoes.
No potatoes. That's a
No.
stew. Then it's a
That's a
stew. Then it's a
stew.
stew if you put
Is it- is that
potatoes.
what it is?
Who puts potatoes
So
in
will
chili?
our
I was just
biker
saying,
fitness have like healthy
some
chili
people would argue
recipes?
about beans.
Right.
True.
Well, see, then biker fitness or biker fitness guru can get out there and make a healthy chili, like a vegetarian, healthy, keto-friendly chili, right?
Huh?
And
People's choice.
You
People's
see-
choice.
You see Hobo's eyebrows when you say
yeah, he's
that?
like,
I-
no, man.
Oh, man.
Don't tell him though.
Yeah, don't tell them.
Don't tell him.
Or don't put any deer meat in it either and say it's
What?
vegan.
I
No,
like
that's not
that.
real
Okay.
chili.
Okay.
We can
Well-
be vegan.
Well, guys, the big my section of the show, I wanted to talk about something that's very serious. It's big biker bellies. I
Hmm.
think that.
Oh, I think he just called you out.
Are you talking about my friend?
If the shoe fits,
We call it 2 tons of
I
fun.
want to change it.
Check me outside.
No, but the crazy thing is a lot of people, you got the dad bod, you got the biker belly, and they're like, you got to do a change.
Yep.
But a lot of people are like, oh, now I got to figure out my fitness, I got to figure out my nutrition, and all this, and it gets overwhelming. I wanted to break it down pretty simple on this show. Before you even step in a gym, how can you prepare yourself not only mentally but get ahead of the game? There's 3 things that we look at. We look at accountability, we look at nutrition and fitness if we want to hit our goals, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, the biggest thing is it's like, man, the nutrition side of things. I got this big belly. I got to do a lot of cardio. I got to starve
Everybody thinks
myself.
sit-ups.
I think
are the
Correct.
way
it's
to
the
go.
diet
Correct.
first.
Oh
right?
yeah, let's go on a yo-yo diet. Let's get on some medication that'll cannibalize our body, where we drop a lot of weight, but it might not be the healthiest for us. There's a lot of things out there. The bottom line is look, guys, this is a pound of
What is
fat.
that?
That's a pound of fat. Go ahead, look at it. Yeah, slap him with it. It's fine. It's fine.
That's not what that is.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah.
I got a couple
yeah?
of
But
those.
the cra-
She thinks it's buzzing.
oh, we're having fun with it. I knew it. Slap him. That's fine.
Hit me with the fat.
Fat back.
Slap fat.
fat.
Wow.
So
Who
that's
makes
a
the best
pound-
cookies?
that's a pound of fat. But let's look at
Or a
this.
Biden brain. Oh,
No, I kid. That's about half.
Playing
That's
with
about
it.
right. Okay. But if we look at this, if you look at it a pound of fat,
That's a pound.
that can be intimidating. But if you were to break it down,
So we
then
need a
all this
pound of
is
burger?
3,500 calories.
right there is 3,500.
This is 3,500 calories.
So that's like a value meal. At
Well,
your
let me
fast
let
food
me
place.
let me explain. This right here in your body is 3,500 calories collected. That's how you got this adipose tissue, and some of it's body fat, visceral fat, belly fat, whatever you want to call it. All right. Now, a lot of people are like, "How do I lose this?" Well, it's real simple.
Show this-
Why don't you take
that to the
and think about this? What's your daily calories that your body needs to get to maintain, to lose, to build? Well, let's do a real simple formula, and opinions can vary, but I say that this is pretty spot on. You take 11 and multiply it times your weight. If you want to lose weight, all right? So if you take 11, and let's just do the magic number 2,000, right? Well, if this is 3,500 calories, what if we divide this into 7 days? That'd be 500 calories a day. If we take that 500 calories off of our caloric intake, at the end of the week, we can safely lose a pound of this. We can do up to 1,000 calories a day and safely lose 2 pounds, not including the water weight that goes with it, even before you step in a gym. Now, we didn't get like this overnight. It took a long time, and lifestyle and everything else and choices, good or bad, and I'm not
Right.
judging. But the thing is get this, guys. And like I said,
they're all getting all self-conscious here.
It's okay.
They turn their bodies.
Just
Hey,
as my hair
with
is
me
okay,
being on the
I don't
show,
care.
you're going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And a lot of my clients know what I'm saying. But my thing is get this, guys. And I said it on the last show, do something about it now, because you're going to invest now or you're going to invest later. And they say by the time that
about
you
later?
retire to your grave, you'll spend $250,000 out of pocket for not taking care of yourself while you're here.
Let me ask you something. You said a week to
Feel attacked.
A
a
week.
week
Yeah.
to lose that pound. Now, a lot
Crawl
of
under the
people
table.
are set on these lose weight fast, get skinny quick schemes
Okay.
by either popping medication or doing something that is damaging to their body.
I totally get it. And I would tell people, yeah, absolutely. If you go into the doctor and you have cancer, you don't go in there and say, "Hey, doc, can you cure me as slowly as possible?" And
Right.
everybody's looking for a magic pill. Guys, it doesn't exist.
No.
It's about your lifestyle. Diabetes type 2, over 90% of it is all lifestyle. There's only a small percentage that's hereditary. So it means that we're abusing our body. We're taking in more calories. We're looking for luxury. We're looking for convenience more than actually doing the daily activities that our body needs to stay healthy and to live longer. If, for somebody that doesn't work out, that doesn't take care of themselves, you're going to die slowly over 10 years, they say, like I said. Or you can work, you can live a healthier lifestyle, watch what you eat. You don't have to be strict, but portion size, looking at the calories, 3 times a week, 30 minutes, get in the gym, go do something healthy, guys. Then you're not going to look at the diabetes. You'll look better at your, your blood pressure, everything else in the mix.
Right.
But the thing is we can't get lazy. There's all this world is making it more convenient. It's a
Yeah.
push of a button. Oh,
Was
here you
that
go.
movie
We got it.
Wall-E or something. Remember, have you seen the movie Wall-E, where all the
Mm.
humans are like stuck in their little machine, they're watching their screens and they don't even move?
No, I didn't
Watch
see
the
it.
movie Wall-E. It's
Oh.
exactly what you're talking about.
Well, let's be careful and let's not step
let's
into the
not
world of
get sued.
idiocracy either. That movie.
But it's about people. They get everything's convenient to them. It's like they tell them what to wear, they tell them what to eat, and so the humans in this Pixar I don't know what I can say on air now.
Oh.
On the movie, like it's about that. You need to
Mhm.
get active, and what they did is they kept not being active.
Right. And the biggest thing is when, a lot of times when you're looking at your calorie, people will go in and they'll do a workout. All right. And I've heard the philosophy, hey, I work out hard, so I should eat what I want. Well, the thing is say that you burn 500, 600, 700 calories in that workout. And then you go and have something like a honey bun that has 600, 700 calories in it. What did you do that day?
You wasted it. Right.
He
So
done
my thing
killed
is
me.
if we focus 80, I will say 80% of it should be nutrition. Let's think about this. If we take it and it's not food, it's fuel. And all our life, we learn that before we get out of, leave the house, we need to make sure we get a full tank of gas,
Mhm.
right? So in our mind. But my thing is why do we as humans need to ride around with a full tank? You only eat once or twice a day, but you overload. your body's not going to absorb that. You got about 30 minutes if it's trash, an hour and a half if it's actually good whole foods. And if your muscles or your body doesn't need it, it's going straight to fat. Why not focus on, if I need to go from here to the gym, I put enough in my tank to go there, and we space out, I don't know, 4 to 5 meals, get the calories right, let your body burn it, get a couple workouts in during the week. Guys, I mean, the obesity in this country is 1 out of 3. You're talking about, oh, you know what? You shouldn't make fun of big people. I'm not. I'm just saying that the big people that are famous, from Jelly Roll to Lizzo, what are they doing now? They're getting healthy.
They
Yeah.
still want to be healthy.
And
They still want to be
Jelly Roll looks
healthy.
amazing.
But before it
still
was like,
eats, though.
don't fat shame
He
He
anybody. I'm
still
not.
eats.
It's about picking the right choices.
Well-
You don't have to like discipline yourself. I mean, you discipline, yes, but you don't have to like abuse yourself. Like you can't have certain things. You can give yourself a cheat day. here and there or
Moderation is
something.
key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're gonna have a cheat day, do it on a workout day. Don't just crap off the whole day.
Yeah, and veg
Right.
out and watch a series
Right.
all day on Sunday. Yeah.
But people like
Just check.
getting up in the morning, they'll eat a shit breakfast, right? They'll go out for
Or
fast
don't
food,
even have.
Or they won't have
they
breakfast,
won't
and
have
they'll wait-
breakfast. They'll have a fast food lunch, and
Yeah.
then they will load up at dinner
Mhm.
on carbs like pasta and this, that, and the other
That's because
thing.
your whole
and
body's been
breads.
like
Right, your body's been
starving
starving
all
it,
day.
and then you go right to bed.
Right.
And that's where everything just
Mhm.
metabolizes into your body.
But the thing is when you go to bed, if you ate anything within a 3-hour period before you go to bed, when you go to sleep, protein synthesis, your metabolism revs up. That blood is recirculated from the stomach to everywhere else. So that's just going to sit in your stomach and sour. It's going to slow the digestion process.
Everything you're
Don't
saying,
eat
doing
anything
wrong.
3 hours before you go to bed and see what the difference is.
So it's all about changing little
And as we get
little
older,
small-
it's harder.
Oh yeah, small
Mm.
changes in your mental mindset, right? Make these small changes over time, and you'll see progress. Don't go to these quick lose the weight schemes or anything like that. But this will prolong your life. Not only that, it's going to prolong your ride. We see so many people getting off the bike after 50, 75 miles of riding, and they are hurting. Their back
Mhm.
hurts, their legs hurt. If we can get physically and nutritionally healthy, right, these rides are going to be more enjoyable.
Mhm.
When we get to our final destination, we'll be able to walk those trails or go look at those monuments instead of going, man, my back hurts, I don't want to climb those stairs.
Correct.
So it all plays a role in what you do on your daily
And it's a
routine.
lifestyle change. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to like overwhelm yourself like I have to do everything right the next day.
Correct.
Otherwise, it's not going to work. You
It's
can
it's not a
slightly engage
it's not a
those
race. It's a
things.
marathon.
Yeah.
And I'll say something as well as, you said something about somebody not eating until lunchtime. Well, our metabolism, it's like a marriage, right?
Mhm.
You're the workhorse. It's kind of like you're the husband, the metabolism's the wife. If you get up in the morning time and you don't feed her, you wait until the last minute and say, hey, honey, we got to go. And she's like, all right, let me grab my things. And she's sluggish. And then finally you feed her about lunchtime. And now she comes to and she's like, okay, well, let's start our day. Okay, well, the more you do that, the more you hurt your metabolism, the more it's going to slow down and the more fat you're going to collect.
Mhm.
My thing is if you get up in the morning time, okay, I understand you're not a breakfast person. Get you a rollover of peanut butter, eat you half a banana and a glass of milk, something
Do
to wake up your
routine.
metabolism where it's awake with you. The first couple weeks, first couple months, you're not used to having breakfast, but after a while your metabolism's like, wait a minute, you're feeding me in the morning time?
And it
I
doesn't
got
have-
energy. Well,
right.
hear me out. I got a point. You feed them, you got an energy.
It doesn't have to be a
He's
full
like, "Shut the
breakfast.
fuck
You don't.
up."
You don't.
Well, I was trying to finish the point. My bad. Go ahead.
But too, and you're right on the breakfast.
The metabolism over here is going to beat your ass.
Right. He's right on the breakfast though, because believe it or not, 2 years ago when you guys first saw me, I was 4 tons of fun. I was 375 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm walking anywhere from 18 to 25,000 steps a day at the school. So yesterday I had a physical and I'm down to 311 pounds. And for me, that's
a
pretty
big-
good.
That's
M-
huge.
My goal was 299. I was 275 playing ball in high school.
99
so,
because you're on 99.
Yeah,
because I'm on
yeah,
that. Yeah. So there you go. There you go.
It's all right, I like
But
it.
yeah, and I'll get there if I could just get myself to the gym, to be totally honest with you. If I could just do that, but it's just
the motivation.
the
part, I think,
motivation,
is what gets everybody. Just
time
getting-
frame,
Well, see, that's a big thing too. Everybody goes, "Well, I don't have the time. I don't have the time."
But once you're
That
there,
right there is an excuse. Everybody has the time. you just have to make it instead of sitting down and watching TV or just sitting on the couch and vegging out or doing something. Take those 30 minutes and go to the gym.
Sure.
Right.
If you're going to do your Facebook, your social media, I know you do that 30 minutes a day. Go
And
to the
you
gym
can
and
do it on
Right,
the little
exactly.
treadmill too.
Oh.
You can do all that too.
Now, I will
You
say,
can multitask.
this. Finish up on last one. If you feed your metabolism in the morning time, next thing you know, it's not going to hold as much body fat because it's like, hey, you're feeding me on a regular basis. I don't need this extra bag this day. I don't need this. But I will say this, this past week, I got to, we get to look at other gyms and people that are, one in the biker world, but also in the veteran world. And gym that we came across in Fort Worth area, close to Ben Rook or Lido area, is Ripped Fitness. A guy by the name of Frank owns it.
Stay close.
I met Frank and just the passion that he had, he was a veteran, his father, 2 generations. He started this gym, and it was about helping people have change their lifestyle, not just come to the gym to get a workout in. And so I've met somebody that had the same passion as I did. If you're looking for a gym in that area, it's Rip Fitness with Frank. If you're looking for coaching, or if you're looking for just a good place where it's not not the big box gym.
Right.
It's really not. It's more about if you're looking for a lifestyle, you're looking kind of invest, but you don't want all the riffraff. Definitely, go get a fitness consultation with Frank. But it was amazing to see a man as passionate as I am that really wants to help each other. And it's not about.
Well, that
the
helps you
dollars.
motivate too.
Oh, 100%.
That helps you motivate.
100%.
If you have people that are pushing you or sitting next to you and egging you on,
Mhm.
and you make it almost like a little competition,
Mhm.
right? It motivates you to do better and it puts your mind in that competitive mode,
Mhm.
or
Even
you,
when you're not an extrovert, like, because I know I seem like an extrovert. When I go to the gym, though, I'm kind of an introvert.
Mhm.
I would rather put my headphones in. Yes, I see the people doing other stuff, but this is also now that I've conquered the challenge of getting there. Once I'm there, I'm on like a machine and I see the people, and it's not about competing, but
Mhm.
it is slightly just the fact that I see them still doing it. If they're still doing it, I can still do it. I've seen them on there. Why can't I keep going? It's more of a motivation, not a competition.
yeah, okay.
But like after I've already conquered the competition of getting there,
Right.
once I'm there, I enjoy being there because it is like everything's motivating. You
Mhm.
see a bunch of people there, they're doing their thing. You want to keep doing
What
it.
was it
If
that
they can do it, I can do it.
So this is why I'm calling both of you out. We're going to be doing a
Shit.
6-week challenge starting April 1st
Shit.
with Anytime Fitness in Grand
April
Prairie.
2nd.
Can you give me the one in Haslett?
Do I?
I
Oh
love
no, because we're going to
Haslett.
video this.
What about Garland?
We're going to be able to have the
Prairie's
viewers see all this.
All right.
I need somebody that's hip. I need some workout outfits. 'Cause I'm so
And everybody
uncomfortable
knows,
to wear.
anybody that's worked out with me knows what's up.
All right.
So,
So what? Are
but
we
yes,
doing?
I'm calling you out. It's a 6-week challenge. We're going to do, most body fat.
Well, he
lost
got
most
that.
muscle
I
gain.
got that beat.
No, but it's
I
it's
got you all
based on
beat.
it's based on the female male scale. We'll look at that. So
Okay.
there's some grading curves in there.
All
All right. But we're going to start that April 1st. I welcome anybody to do so, but we're going to do a 6-week challenge. We're going to be videoing it at the gym, and we're going to see the
Don't look at me.
transformation. And yes, you can hate me now. You will love me later.
Grand
I
Prairie's too
understand.
far.
That is
Just
a
for the
perfect
record.
statement of
All right.
how I
Just
feel
for
All
the
right
record,
now.
Grand Prairie is too far. Now, if it was in Garland, I'd take you up on it. But that's just too far. So
Well, see,
I'm
the
out
cool
of it.
thing is I have an Anytime Fitness in Garland. I have good friends there. I
Oh,
do have
gosh.
one in Haslett, but y'all are coming to mind.
Put
'cause
my
we're
foot in my
videoing.
mouth. didn't I?
But hey, I got you. I have a good friend there, a good coach.
You sure he's a good
We're
friend?
gonna get
Huh?
matching
He won't be a
I'll
good
say
friend
he's a good-
after,
I'll say
after
he's
he
a good
meets
coach
me.
and associate.
Okay. I might have to get his information from you.
But you know what? I can also do virtual training as well. So we'll talk after.
I
the
just
show.
learned how to turn the phone on Facebook here about a year ago. So when it comes to that virtual stuff,
I understand.
so-
Same with my dad with fitness. He
At
told me
least you're
I
pretty.
tried to get my
Yeah, I
dad in
know.
the
He's got
gym.
good hair
Boy,
day.
he goes, I watched my weight all these years. Now I stick it out there and let everybody else watch it for me. So I was like, thanks,
All right.
Dad.
Well, getting off all the fitness. Real big shout out to
April
our friends in
1st.
Italy, Massimino. Thank you for tuning in. So we had the Czech Republic
Czech
and Italy on there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Massimino, they're trying to get this fat Italian
They don't
skinny
have that
again,
problem.
man.
They eat bread
They
and
want
pasta
to take
all
away
day.
all
They
my
look fine.
pasta. But no, we're up for that 6-week challenge. I think it's good. It's going to get us healthy, and I appreciate that because that's a good motivation. That's a good motivation factor on that.
Oh, Ellie right there went through it too.
Huh?
Ellie
Who-
Demands, yeah, he went through it as well.
All right, it's tough but worth it, man. Next week, Ellie, maybe you can call in and give us a little bit about your inspiration and how you made it through it, and what your results were as well. So maybe we'll get Ellie on next week
So
to
we can
give,
do,
give,
like, the
give,
whole-
give a call, and we'll reach out to you, Ellie. Thank you for sharing that. We got to bring on, is Mongo on? All right.
Manga.
We're gonna wrap this up for now. We'll wrap it up in a little bit, but let's bring on Mongo with the Mongo log from California.
Mongo! Santa Maria!
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
What's up, everybody? So, hey, just to let you know, I was up early this morning. I had a bowl of Cheerios, and I was at the gym. So I'm trying to live the healthy lifestyle, although I ruined it all when I got home.
I mean, look, Mongo, let me tell you something. You are pretty ripped. You go to the gym every day. You I
wear
mean,
muscle shirts. I see it.
yeah, I mean, you work out. So I mean, for a man of your age, you're in great shape.
Well, I appreciate that, and I do have great age too. But hey, I'm still there. So
Cigars and whiskey are keeping you healthy.
See, that's what everybody's been
you know what?
me.
I like the stories about the guys that smoke cigars to be 105 years old. I'm
George
like,
Burns.
"Dude, you're my hero."
But you know, he always wears a hat. Does he have great hair like us old timers do, or what?
I do have gray hair, but it's all right here.
Okay.
Everything under the hat is not there.
Let's turn up your mic a little bit. Mongo, turn up your mic a little bit if you can, or get closer to your mic because you sound a little far away.
Take a piece of tinfoil off your computer.
How about now? Does it work better?
That's much better. So let's
All right.
get into the Mongo log.
All right, here we go. All right. Surprisingly, even astronauts have a sense of humor. During the recent NASA Crew 10 docking on the International Space Station, when the arriving team met the existing occupants of the space station, the team leader welcomed the crews at the hatch wearing an alien's mask. Commander Nick Hague wore an alien's mask while welcoming the crew after the SpaceX crew docked with the space station. Now, I had heard a blurb on about the incident on the news, but I didn't hear exactly what the joke was. I immediately told Rocky, my wife, I said that they had played a joke, but I told her what my joke would have been had it been my idea. I would have had the entire arriving crew wear ape masks and ape hands in homage to the Planet of the Apes movie series. But as it turned out, the Commander Hague put a rubber alien mask on his head. I'm sure the prank received the appropriate laughter from both crews. Sometimes, however, especially if you're playing the long game, some jokes just work better than others. Speaking of aliens, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. temporarily blocked President Trump on Saturday from invoking the 18th century Alien Enemies Act. This law allows the president to swiftly deport alleged illegal Venezuelan gang members without a court hearing. The judge ordered any flights carrying the supposed Tren de Aragua criminals to turn around and return to the USA. So, did Trump order the flights with the Venezuelan gang members to continue southbound out of the good old USA or return them home? Just like the LegalZoom commercials on TV, a spokesman for the Trump administration, Stephen Miller, popped up out of nowhere with the catchphrase, "Doesn't count." Of course, the usual Trump critics are crying of a constitutional crisis and beating the impeachment drums again. For its part, the White House says it welcomes the fight. They feel the issue is headed to the Supreme Court and they will prevail with the continued deportation of these criminals who have entered our country illegally and continue to participate in illegal activities. The political left is completely unhinged that we would have the audacity to not want these people in our country. Personally, I believe that if they feel this strongly about these vermin and the Supreme Court allows them to remain here, these Democrats should adopt a couple of them and take them home to their families. The Trump administration is paying $6 million to El Salvador to take in around 300 soon-to-be deported members of this notorious Venezuelan street gang. El Salvador will throw them into its mega prison for at least a year. The president of El Salvador reached an agreement with the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, to begin extraditing criminal migrants and other gangbangers who have illegally entered the U.S. Hundreds of Tren de Aragua members will be kept for 1 year in the El Salvador mega prison, the Terrorism Confinement Center, which houses 40,000 inmates. I watched on the news as the initial arrival of these insignificant asswipes were processed into their new accommodations. They weren't proudly throwing gang signs for the cameras or acting tough within a group of their brothers, sporting the popular facial tattoos that seemed to make them intimidating to their victims. No, they hung their heads low and humbly acted like they knew their environment that they were entering would not tolerate their bullshit behavior. In other domestic news, Trump finally hitting the rest of the world back with tariffs of our own. America has essentially and for too long paid through our red, white, and blue noses to sell our products around the world, and we are finally initiating a policy of fair and reciprocal trade. In addition to leveling the playing field for the products bought and sold and traded to and by the USA, President Trump's executive crusade to punish or fairly trade our products has begun. President Trump has specifically targeted 3 countries that he deems responsible for the deadly fentanyl epidemic. This has raised questions on whether tariffs, especially on Canada, will solve the U.S. drug problem. And there's my dog barking, of course. Why wouldn't she? Well, it may not solve the problem, but it will certainly make the problem more than just ours by sharing the burden with our neighbors to the north and to the south. Trump has named Canada, China, and Mexico as playing significant roles in the U.S. fentanyl epidemic that is killing a record numbers of Americans annually. 2 of the first targets of Trump's trade ire are Mexico and Canada. Trump announced his intention to impose the sweeping 25% tariff against Canada in an attempt to address what he calls the flow of illicit drugs like fentanyl coming into the United States across our northern border. Similarly, Trump announced a plan to impose tariffs against Mexico to address his concerns of fentanyl and illegal immigration into the U.S. by our neighbors to the south. For their part, the political leaders of our 2 border pals have been going back and forth with the White House for over a month now to try to fend off the steep new tariffs. Vice President J.D. Vance said on Sunday that Mexico sends a ton of fentanyl into our country. Canada has also seen a massive increase in fentanyl trafficking across its southern border. There are 3 ways of stopping this cross-border drug trafficking. The first is to ask our neighbors nicely to enforce their laws and to stop the importation of illegal drugs into the USA. We have actually done this step. It's gone nowhere. Now we're into the consequences phase of this process. Now is the time for Canadian government to stop the flow of drugs into our country. And while they're at it, they need to meet their NATO target for military spending. They've been kicking back for too long, hopped up on their maple syrup and not taking care of their international obligations. Frankly, I'm sick of being taken advantage of. I'm going to guess that neither Canada or Mexico want to see the third way for us to address this international problem affecting our homeland. So far, Canada and Mexico have pursued very different strategies. Ottawa has taken a more confrontational approach, including immediate trade retaliation, drawing swift White House retribution. Mexico, however, has tried a more laid-back and buy time tactic, but doesn't really have much more to show for it than Canada. Meanwhile, Canada and the EU are trying to extend a hand to the U.S., even as they promise their citizens they will stand firm against Trump's aggression. This week, the U.S. has launched a decisive and powerful wave of airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen. President Trump has cited the group's attack on shipping in the Red Sea as his reason for this aggressive action. The Houthis' military spokesperson said that this past Sunday, without offering any evidence, that the group had recently targeted the American aircraft carrier Harry S. Truman and its warship task force with ballistic missiles and drones in response to the U.S. attacks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said on Face the Nation, "There's no way the Houthis would have the ability to do this kind of thing unless they had the support from Iran." So this was a message to Iran. Don't keep supporting them, because then you will be responsible for what they are doing in attacking the U.S. Navy ships and attacking global shipping. It sounds to me as if the gloves are off and the United States is ready to strike back hard if necessary. The senator from California, Adam Schiff, claimed to have more than circumstantial evidence of Trump's Russia collusion while he was being briefed by numerous investigators that this was in fact no evidence of such connection. Schiff was playing to the base with a series of calculated lies, cheered on by fellow party members and supported by most of the media. In the good old days, if a member of Congress was caught in a major lie or knowingly misleading Congress and the American public, there would be consequences. His own party would denounce him and the electorate would surely vote him out of office. But today, you will be cheered on by fellow party members and supported by most of the media. There are not now, nor will there be any future consequences for his outright lies. Is it any wonder that the approval rating of Congress is at an abysmally all-time low? Now, I realize that this week's Mongolog was called in because I had things going on, so I couldn't do a long story, so I did a series of short stories. But that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out. And now back to you in the studio.
All right, all right. You know, Mongo, that was a great Mongolog. Thank you for those short stories. But for such a big guy who's jacked up, we're telling everybody how big his arms are. Then this little pussy dog in the background. We think we, get a bigger dog with a bigger bark.
Little chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
That little dog, unfortunately, runs the show, or so she thinks,
They
because
usually do.
the pit bull is actually the mama dog. The cattle dog is below her, and then the little rat terrier chihuahua comes in last. But and she is a bitch. That little bitch thinks she runs everything, and it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
she gets all the love from mama, but she tries to run the show.
Yep, we had a little one. We had a little rat terrier, man, back in the day. God rest her soul. She ran the house, man. Those little ones, they gotta put up their chest and they bark and they run the house, man.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you again. Hey, Mongo, real quick, do you have the numbers offhand on the fentanyl deaths throughout the United States?
You know what I probably do. I don't have them on hand right now. It's incredibly high, and I will get those for you. But yeah, no, it's outrageous and it's crazy, and the amount of fentanyl that's being seized. I mean, Canada actually just did a huge seizure within the past couple of months. I mean, they're seizing enough fentanyl to where they can essentially kill every human in the United States, which is crazy because it takes a very small amount to actually be fatal.
Yeah, they were talking about, I saw one of the seizures on the news, and they just showed 1 pound of fentanyl could take out like the whole population of New York, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. So I mean, you're talking millions of people just on one pound of fentanyl.
Yeah, no,
Quick.
That's a scary thing. And what Trump and our Border Patrol and everybody else is doing, they're looking to save lives, man, because you don't know when you can come in contact with this. They can just, it takes a very little bit of absorption into your skin, and man, that's it. You're done for.
So
it's scary, and I'm scared. I've gotten through it unscathed. My kids have gotten through their adolescence unscathed, but I've got grandkids now, and I'm just thinking about what their future is going to be like and how they can accidentally come across this stuff and just wipe themselves out. It's scary.
Speaking accidentally, somebody put a post on one of our neighborhood feeds about, it was a gas pump and there was paper towel in the gas pump. And they were like, be careful of the paper towels in the gas pump, like right where the handle goes, because it could be laced with fentanyl.
You never know.
You never know.
Is that such a thing?
Yes.
Like, I'm
Yes.
thinking they're just putting the paper towel because they don't want to get germs. Like, do I really like?
They will put it on your
Like-
door handles of your car, gas pumps,
How long
your
does fentanyl
mailbox.
stay
You know,
on a
carry some
surface?
Narcan with
It's
you.
like powder.
It's
It's
like
like
powder.
powder.
For it to
Yeah.
be like dangerous to somebody else, how long does that need to be on the surface for it to still is
until
it
it's
right-
washed off.
Till it's
So it's
gone.
always active.
It's always active.
Yeah, it's always
Wow.
It's
active.
always active.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean a pinhole amount, a pin like a pinhead amount of fentanyl could kill you.
Yeah, well, it's weird because when I was on the job, the paramedics carried the Narcan, and I've seen it work a few times, but it wasn't for fentanyl. It was usually for the heroin.
Yeah,
But now all the officers have Narcan in their bags.
I got no.
You
Yeah.
know, we even carry it, in the elementary schools. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We even carry it ourselves.
Oh, there's
So
some,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I saw, and I think it was California. I don't know which patrol it was, but one of the officers was just patting somebody down. There was fentanyl on the person's body, and they were patting them down, and she she went down having seizures. Thank God somebody had Narcan there and put her, got it out of her.
Yeah.
But it is a scary, scary drug, man, and it can do a lot of harm to our children.
Bad news.
Bad news.
Yeah,
So,
and that's why-
so Trump's doing the right thing. We need to stop that at the southern border and the northern border. And if our partners aren't going to help us out, they can pay for it.
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? The people that are crying foul on all this, deportation or the tariffs or stopping the drugs, you know what? It's because they never lost a family member
Yeah.
to a fentanyl crisis. And once they, huh?
she's singing.
She said,
Closing time.
Too
Yeah.
many energy
yo,
drinks.
and when some, I think she's giving me the hint. When someone,
No, it's
yeah. Oh,
I'll
no.
show you later. They did the U.S. They did a.
He didn't see that on the news. I
They
thought you
did
were a Fox
a-
News man all
They
the
did a
time.
reel of
No.
deportation.
Yeah,
and they put that
deportation.
song with
Oh,
it.
did they?
He was mentioning grandkids. Somebody sitting here at the table. I personally have 13 grandkids. And, I worry about them every day. I see my daughter Jennifer on right now, two of my granddaughters. And, I've been seeing pictures of them on Facebook. It's unfortunately nowadays, these girls don't know how to dress like they used to dress back in the day. They need to put a little bit more clothes on. That come from grandpa. I see you listening, Jennifer. So there you go. That's just for you.
Well, and this could be a whole nother show, and we don't have much to go on right now. But when you talk about the fentanyl crisis, you talk about the human trafficking crisis, and kids being kidnapped and taken right out of their homes through being lured and groomed off the internet, and being sold into the sex trade. That's why it's so important. And it's the smallest little thing. Parents put pictures of their kids up on Facebook with the name of the elementary school that they're at. Go. Do not, because there
Their
are
names on their backpack.
right. There are predators out there that are going to prey on your children. And you have to educate your kids. You know what? Kids are going to do stupid things, but if you educate them right, just like gun safety, if you educate them right, they'll be aware of it. All right. And that, that's, like I said, that's another whole show in
Another
2 weeks.
chapter.
2 weeks from now, I think we got
we got
2
weeks.
Bikers Against Trafficking,
Yes, they will
child
be on.
trafficking coming
And
in.
they got an event coming up, so we'll be talking.
Yeah,
about all
so
that.
we'll talk about that more when these guys get on. But Mongo, I really appreciate you bringing all this education to us, and thank you for doing your research from Cali.
Hey, anytime. Adios, everybody. Talk to you
Take
all
care,
next
brother.
week.
Take care.
All righty.
The show is growing. The 99% Radio Network is here. It's a community-based show for our bikers, our Jeep community, our classic cars,
We are the
our
one
runners.
and only one page is the 99. So any other ones is not us. It's
That's-
just one page.
That's it. That's
Just
it.
one
We are
page,
here.
don't- The
Our team,
hacks and the haters,
The
but
hacks
just
and the
one
haters.
page.
our team is growing bigger. We brought Flex on. We got Glenn Lawson.
Don't forget about Hobo.
We got Hobo every once in a while.
Come on,
We're gonna
now.
get it. We're gonna bring him down to 199 pounds.
Okay.
Uh,
Wish in one hand, shit in
but
the other. See which one gets.
This is
filled
what
up
it's
first.
all about. It's about uplifting the community, bringing you guys the best in fitness, the best in law, the best in
life.
prevention, the best in life, and how you could be better in your community. And we want to motivate you. We want to inspire you because that's what we're all doing. And that's why this team is so good together. And I'm blessed to be able to be here as a little voice on Wednesdays. Be sure to go to the 99% Radio Network website. Check out all our events. We're going to be updating that with the bios of all our team members. We're going to be putting more stuff on there, more giveaways, more events, more broadcasting. And
more.
More. We're just going to keep bringing it. And if you want to see something, if you as a viewer want to see something, bring it to us, man. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Talking about weird stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Hobo, the Thin Blue Line, LEMC, and
Thank
the
you,
foundation for what you guys do. I want to thank everybody who was walking the bridge. Big shout out to Carol, cancer survivor, who came out and she walked the bridge. She is feeling much better. And
catch us this Saturday at the Pancake Breakfast at the Vintage Line Museum. You'll see me and Sideshow there. We're going to do a live broadcast, interviews, and all that. We got free pancakes. And
is it all you can eat?
It's all you can eat.
I think you can.
You know what buffet stands for?
They got diet pancakes too.
You know what buffet stands for, right? Big, ugly, fat friends eating together.
Oh, wait. I just got to give a big shout out. Jessica.
For charity.
Jessica with the Battling Betties. You know, she is big on, she's her dad.
Her dad is a very big Indian motorcycle guy.
Yes. So on the May 3rd event, when we do Pinups and Pistons, he's going to bring some amazing vintage motorcycles.
So he is owned and kept, and they have at the Beers and Betties. And
they have one that was almost a suitcase.
Yeah.
It was like a suitcase.
Yeah.
Small little vintage bike that they used in the military. Military guys would carry it, and they'd open it up, and it is an amazing looking bike, man.
So we'll have that. We have a Kiowa helicopter coming, and we also got a big SWAT team tank thing.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of great things coming up. Reach out to Flex if you want any nutritional training or advice. You can reach directly out to Flex.
Absolutely.
How do they get in touch with you, brother?
You can reach out to me at tom.barber@anytimefitness.com. You can also call. I love call-ins on the show. If there's anything you're struggling with, from diabetes to recover, you just want to talk about a fitness plan, love to help. This isn't anything that costs you anything. It's something I'm passionate about. Use me as a tool.
That
didn't come out.
You know what's funny?
People was like, "Oh yeah, all right."
I was out with my girlfriends for St. Patty's Day, and they were talking about the fitness thing, and they were talking about you, and they were like, "I love the fitness thing. He's really motivating." And I was like, "I bet he is." So let's get together. So April 1st, we're going to start our fitness challenge.
Yes,
which is perfect. If you guys at home want to be a part of this,
yes,
let us know. Let's all do this together. We can start our fitness challenge together on April 1st.
Why April 1st? Because that's April Fool's Day. Do it April 2nd, so they'll stick with
I might be able to back out because I signed it on April 1st.
Yeah. You know what we can do? We can actually have this challenge where after 6 weeks, the winner will get a grand prize.
Now, what's the prize?
I like it. We'll have to figure it out. How
yeah,
many
well,
contestants
let
we get.
me work on that because we got some sponsors that like to throw in on that. So
Okay, cool.
We'll make it.
Yeah, we'll do
make
it.
it
We'll
work.
do a 6-week challenge, almost like a reality show. We meet at the gym and we do this 6-week challenge, and the winner.
Littlest biker. Just kidding. I don't know.
And we'll see who wins, or we'll make up the rules. We'll have it for next week.
Sounds great.
All right.
Sounds great.
Well, once again, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Check us out on all your favorite platforms, or Roku TV or Apple TV, through the OBBM network. And if in a world that seems that it's so catastrophic, if you could be anything in this world, be kind.
Be kind.
Peace.